In my last video, I promised that I would be uploading a video on YouTube at least once a week. And I believe it, I didn't check, but I believe it's been a little bit over a week. And the last few days I've been struggling on what to talk about, what to make a video about. And in my previous videos, I pledged that this channel would always be about transparency, vulnerability, sharing content that I believe would resonate with others would get value from. And so in the spirit of that, this video is about me being transparent. You know, a little over a year and a half ago, about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with PTSD and work-related PTSD. I'm a chef, professional chef, formerly trained, Cordon Bleu. And I've been cooking professionally for about 15 years. So with this diagnosis, it really put things in perspective for me. I understood in the past I would have a great executive chef position or sous chef position or chef de cuisine position. I would have really good titles, running kitchens. And something would always happen that caused me to just leave. You know, whether it was staff that front of the house staff or back of the house staff that just gave me a hard time, because it's very challenging for a person that looks like myself to thrive in the kitchens that I was in, because there weren't a whole lot of people looking like me. And I was on a very upward trajectory. I was doing fine dining. I was cooking in fine dining restaurants. I was cooking it in really high-end restaurants and with high caliber chefs. I'm not going to dwell too much on that, but coinciding with this time, you know, during the pandemic, I shifted and I stopped cooking. The restaurant that I was cooking at went out of business. And so I was struggling to help my wife make ends meet. And I got involved in some things. I made some bad decisions. But I was hustling and trying to figure out how to just make some money. I'm not going to dwell too much on that either. That just giving you a little backstory. Last year in 2024, I'm a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago, cancer of bladder. They caught it fairly early. I was able to have surgery, no treatment, no chemotherapy, and I've been in remission since then. Well, last year, the beginning of last year, 2024, I thought cancer had returned because the symptoms came back. Turns out I was having some kidney issues. It was my bladder's issues with my kidney. I was forced to kind of change my diet and make some changes to life. Also last year, my wife, she and I have been together for 15 years. We divorced. We decided to divorce. We had an 8.5-year-old Rhodesian Ridgeback, Bo, the love of our lives. He passed away a month before we finalized our divorce. So last year, I thought my cancer had returned. I got divorced. I lost my house, lost my marriage, lost my dog, and kind of went into a tailspin. Around the same time, some other things crept into my life based off of the bad decisions that I had made in the past, and I was generally going through a very, very dark period of my life. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hold on, and I had some really dark thoughts. Things that were happening to me, things I was subjected to, really kind of, it fully traumatized me. And all of this came to a head, and I decided to leave San Diego. I was living in San Diego, lived in San Diego for almost 9 years. I decided to leave San Diego, move back to the South. I've been back here. I've relocated by myself, living in an Airbnb for the last couple of months while I try to figure out where I'm gonna live. All my storage, all my stuff in my apartment is in storage. I've got a car that's in my ex-wife's possession. She's driving it while I'm figuring out how to transport it here. And over the last few days, all of these dark thoughts came back. And the last couple days were especially brutal for me, mentally, emotionally. My spirit feels as though it's been broken. Mentally, I feel as though I've been put through a ringer, an emotional, mental ringer. And I'm really making this video because I don't have a professional that I can talk to. I don't have a therapist here in where I've relocated to. I don't have friends that I can share all of these thoughts with, because some of the thoughts are kind of crazy. I mean, if you don't know, you would think, oh, I'm losing my mind, and I'm not. But to have to internalize all these things and to have to deal with all of these things on my own has been so tremendously difficult and challenging and taxing on me. And so this video it's more of therapy than anything else. It's me being able to speak these words. You know, I've been practicing meditation. I've been deep in prayer. And today I listened to a couple podcasts dealing with depression and anxiety. You know, I'm dealing with depression. I'm dealing with anxiety. I'm dealing with stress. And I'm trying my best to hold on. And I know I'm not the only one. I know my case is nothing special. I know I'm not the only one. So this part of the video is me saying to anyone else that may be going through this, we're gonna make it. We're going to make it. When the universe knows that you are trying your best and you are doing your best to be a better person, be a gentler human being, be more empathetic to others, be more sympathetic to others. When the universe recognizes that you are striving for this, things will work out in your favor. Things will work out in our favor. And I truly believe that things are going to work out in my favor. It's just, you know, we travel this path. We travel in this path, and yeah, there are times where there are going to be hiccups. There are going to be roadblocks. There are going to be